everybody. Ooh, it's been a long day, a long quarantine, but I'm pretty excited for quarterfinals. I'm a little bummed. I'm pulling up the Riot client in League of Legends right now. Gonna double check to see if they've fixed spectate yet, since some of these matches are happening within the hour. Gonna take a quick peek. It's logging in. Is it working? No, it is still disabled. Well, if it is still disabled for tonight, we will do our best to start shoutcasting some of these as soon as it is fixed. If it's somehow broken for a super long time, we'll do our best. We'll let you know. It really feels like they've been out to get us with the match history stuff, and now with the spectate stuff. But that aside, let's get into some of these matches real quick. So tonight, a game that you may or may not be able to watch live, we've got 3 matches already. If you could check in the scheduling channel in the Discord. Thanks. Yeah, no, we're trying to do our best. If you check in the Discord, you'll see that tonight we've got Pigs Might Fly versus Cosmic Flow at 7 p.m. Goliath Esports Lions versus Final Boss also at 7 p.m. And Sensei Squad Platinum versus Gecko Slammer Armageddon Platinum at 8 p.m. tonight. Last night, Tuesday night, we did have Pootie Tangane versus Clappin' Patty Cakes. There we go. Sorry. Clappin' Patty Cakes. And that went very in favor of Pootie Tangane, so congratulations to them on their win and moving on. We've also got some Diamond stuff coming up. We've got 2 Diamond quarterfinals, the only Diamond quarterfinals, tomorrow. They're both on Thursday, one at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, actually, unless that's a typo, and then one at 10 p.m. Central Time. So, a lot of quarterfinals coming up. And let's hop into them. So, I'm going to link in Twitch chat. If you are not watching on Twitch, I apologize. I recommend watching on Twitch, but we also have it visible if you fill out the quarterfinal prediction form. You can click the link again after filling it out to see all responses. Here's the link in Twitch chat, though, and as we can scroll through here, we can check out some of what people think are going to happen. Looking at this one real quick, just in order of how they are on here. Sensei Squad Platinum versus GSM Platinum. 72% in favor of Sensei Squad, 28% in favor of GSM. Over 32 responses. That's a pretty good sample size. So definitely people in favor of Squad tonight. I'm on GSM. Feels bad, man. Next matchup, we've got Cosmic Flow versus Pigs Might Fly. Looking at a 65.6% C-Flow vote, I guess. Pigs Might Fly not super favored there. So far, looking like people are generally following seeding. Squad versus GSM is a 1st seed versus 4th seed between the Lunari and Solari conferences. And Pigs Might Fly is the 3rd seed from their conference, with C-Flow being... I think that's correct. Pigs Might Fly is 3rd seed and C-Flow was 2nd seed. So far, seeing people favoriting the seeding, with it getting a little bit closer with those 2v3 matchups. First Blood versus Goliath Esports Lions, also a 2v3 seed matchup, and very similar ratio compared to the Cosmic Flow versus Pigs Might Fly matchup there. 62.5% of people thinking that GEL are going to take the win, and 37.5% of people thinking Final Boss will take the win. So we're actually seeing a flip there, because I believe Goliath Esports Lions are 3rd and Final Boss are 2nd seed from their conferences, so people actually thinking Goliath Esports will be taking the win there. So as far as seeding goes, people are expecting an upset. Return of the Middle Sticks versus Sensei Squad Diamond. This is interesting. These teams are, again, from different conferences. However, despite that, looks really, really close here. The way that Diamond quarterfinals worked out, for anyone who isn't aware, the first seeds both move on to semis automatically from each of the two conferences, Blessed Isles and Shadow Isles, and the second and third seeds play their mirror, I guess, since it's not exactly just their equal seed from the other side. So Return of the Middle Sticks and Sensei Squad flipped seeding 2v3 match, but people still expecting a pretty close matchup with Return of the Middle Sticks Diamond having a slight lead. On to checking out this last match on here. We've got Dog with Hat Gang actually having a significant lead over Team Krugs. 62.5% in favor of Dog with Hat Gang, or with Hat it might be, with an F. And then Team Krugs only having 37.5% of the vote. So people in favor of Dog with Hat Gang there as well. In case you missed it, I'll post that one more time or joined late. There's that, and if you fill out the form yourself in the GetRECalled Discord and the announcements channel, you can click on it again to see summary. I mean, it's just everyone's opinions. We will see how it goes. As a player on Gecko Slammer Armageddon Platinum, I'm hoping that we can overcome the odds, as it were, to pick up a win tonight. We've already got somebody in the stream waiting room. So if you are a player on one of the teams that I've mentioned so far and you have their team role, you can hop in stream waiting room. It's at the bottom of the GetRECalled Discord server. You can just mute yourself while you're in there if you'd like. I'll say something on Twitch chat before dragging you in, but I will drag you into the on-stream channel and ask a couple questions. And we've already got somebody in the stream waiting room. Looks like Mark Hames from Pigs Might Fly. So I'm going to drag you in there. I'll give you a second to prepare since there's a stream delay, but I'm about to pull you in here. All right, that's probably enough time. Here we go. Darren.
Hello.
Mark Hames.
How's it going?
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Welcome to, I called it GetRECalled. Maybe that's sacrilegious since,
Maybe a little bit.
since this is Maris's baby, but I couldn't think of a name in that short moment I had today to set this up. So if I do it again, I'll come up with a name. But welcome. How are you feeling for your match tonight?
Yeah, I'm a little bit anxious. The season has been pretty tough for us. We didn't expect to, get first seed out of our conference, but definitely the two losses against Final Boss and Sensei Squad definitely hurt us a little bit. But going to the quarterfinals against Cosmic Flow, I think all of us are just pretty anxious. We're waiting to see what happens really in Game 1. That will probably tell the tale of the rest of the series.
Oh, okay. You think so? Well, I mean, you guys were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, checking in on Battlefight here, the only team to take a win off of Sensei Squad Platinum?
It's true, yes.
So in that regard, always a confidence booster. Maybe you guys weren't able to take the match, but I think your loss to Final Boss was also a 2-1, right?
Yeah, it was a very close series against Final Boss, so we'll have to see how we match up against the other conference because, how people have been saying that the Solari conference is the weaker conference
we'll
after
start
watching
to see.
the Clap and Patty Cake game.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that was a first seed versus fourth seed matchup. It might not tell the whole tale of conference v conference. Only tonight will, when we have all three of the remaining Platinum quarterfinal matches happen. Well, cool. A little bit anxious. Any comments you have to the opposing team? Any morale boost you'd like to tell your own team? Anything you'd like to add?
To Cosmic Flow, I would say, I don't know, because they had a big roster switch up for all the viewers who are unaware. They removed their jungler, Chimichangas, from the roster, and then they added a new ADC, Kilgar, who is, he's played in the league before, and then they did some role swapping where their previous ADC, Chimmy, is now in the top lane, and then UNSC, who was their top laner and also was their jungler, is now back in the jungle role. So this is kind of their first series as this new roster. So I'm kind of excited to see how it shakes up and how it improves their team or maybe makes their team worse. But in the end, I wish Cosmic Flow the best.
Oh, very, very kind of you. Well, I'm excited to... I guess I should say I'm excited to watch tonight because I don't know if we'll be able to.
Yeah, with the spectator client.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it again. I feel like I'm like watching a pot, like trying to see if it's gonna boil, but still, nope. Okay, well, whenever I get to actually see the series, I'll be excited to watch it. And I guess to some extent, since we're not using Battlefy for quarterfinals, maybe some of the mystery will be kept alive even if we're doing it after the fact. I'll wait to Thanos snap team roles until until we've shown it live. Unless you have anything else to add, I'll see if anybody else wants to hop on.
Okay, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for popping in. Well, that was Mark Hames, also known as Darren, from Pigs Might Fly. Looks like they're feeling a little anxious for the match with Seaflow, but Seaflow's got some roster changes. Pigs Might Fly, no slouches themselves, only team to take a game off of Sensei Squad Platinum. Also had a pretty close series with Final Boss, which they did lose, but it's a close third seed in their conference, so we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, speaking of close seeding, the Lunari Conference, if I'm remembering, yes, it is the Lunari Conference, had a four-way tie for first. 4 teams went 6-2 of their 8 games throughout the regular season, so pretty close there as well. Since none of those teams had beaten all the other teams or lost to all the other teams, we had to go and take a look at win-loss ratio, which put Putitangang as the first seed, GSM as the last. Just from win rates alone, using those wins and losses during all their series throughout to measure them up once against each other. Well, nobody else is in the stream waiting room, so if nobody has anything else that they would like to pop in and say, we can wrap this thing up. I did mention it was going to be a short stream, just kind of recapping and previewing some of the matches and letting people say their piece if they'd like to everyone before doing it. We'll hope that at some point this evening the spectate bug is fixed. But yeah, judging by name alone, they should be able to take home the bacon. Always with the dad puns, General Vici. Thank you, Sean. We actually have somebody in the stream waiting room from Team Krugs. We've been talking a lot about Platinum just now, but we do have Diamond quarterfinals, both of them, the only 2 Diamond quarterfinal matches, coming up on Thursday. So let's see what Sliason, I will ask you how to pronounce this when I drag you in, has to say. And I'm going to give you a second since there's a stream delay, just so you're all prepared. They are the bacon that gets brought home. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, I'm going to drag Sliason in. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Am I saying it right, Sliason, or is it?
Yes, you are actually like one of the few people who pronounced it right on the first try.
Awesome, first try. I might have actually shoutcasted your team in the past, so it might not be my first try really, but hey, welcome on to our pre-quarterfinals podcast. You're with Team Krugs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How have you guys felt about your season so far in your conference?
We've gone through a lot of roster swaps and stuff. Well, mostly a lot of role swaps and all this. Like, I started the season as the top laner, and now I've moved down to the AD carry. Our previous AD carry got dropped for a new guy who turned out to be a top laner, so we decided, you know what, let's just do the role swap since I played a lot of AD carry in seasons past.
Well,
Yeah.
cool. So you guys, Team Krugs, I believe if I'll just double check so I don't have to say it incorrectly. Yeah, are currently not super favored against Dog with Hat Gang of 32 responses, not all of which might be super informed. How do you feel going into the match?
It's kind of cool to be a sort of underdog in a series where we're technically the higher seed.
Mhm.
I think we're ready to prove those 62.5% wrong.
Nice. Yeah, I am in the same boat. I am, I think, on a team that is least favored of all of these polls. So I feel ya on the underdog statement. So you were saying that you think that it's interesting that you guys are technically a higher seed but are not favored in your matchup. Do you think that the conferences have like different levels of strength, I guess, to you might not be the correct term, but or do you think that people just have that perception?
I think they don't know a lot about us. I
Mhm.
mean, to be honest, we haven't really looked too much at the other conference to see exactly how good people are. We haven't really done much scouting on the other team as well, which might do us in. But
You still
we
got
think
till
that
tomorrow.
we think, yeah, we think we're a strong team. I think our macro is really solid. We tend to have some flubs in the early game, but I believe against our opponent that we'll be able to hold our own, if not get significant leads early. And then from there we can just either
Use your superior
get
macro.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
we have everyone's calling stuff all the time. We all seem to communicate very well with each other, and I think that Daki in the mid lane is actually insane, and playing around him is basically how we're gonna win this. And he has a champion Ocean, so there's no way you can ban that.
Yeah. Definitely an advantage to not be limited to too few picks. And solo queue, you know, kind of nice to have just a couple picks you rely on, learn a lot of their matchups and get pretty good at them. But for organized play like this, yeah, definitely helps to have a bigger champion pool so you don't get banned out every game. Well, cool. Anything else you have to say to your team or your opponent or would like to add?
We're gonna win this thing. I believe we're gonna win this thing.
Well, cool. Your game is tomorrow. Hopefully they fix spectate mode before tomorrow. I'm getting more and more pessimistic about tonight, but hopefully they fix it before tomorrow and we can see your series live. I'm really excited to watch this series. I would say I agree with you. You know, I think people just really like the name Dog with Hat Gang, and maybe some of the people submitting in these polls might not be super familiar with all the teams. So maybe that's playing against you guys. But
I'll be honest, if I wasn't on the team and I saw those two names, I'd probably vote for Dog with Hat Gang.
it is an excellent name, and the fact that whenever they join the voice channel that they all have dogs with different hats is just delightful. All right, well, have a good rest of your evening. Good luck scouting the enemy team and playing against them tomorrow. I hope we'll be able to stream it.
All right, thank you.
Well, cool. So that was Sliason with Team Krugs. They'll be playing tomorrow night against Dog with Hat Gang. Blessed Isles versus Shadow Isles. Team Krugs not favored in the poll despite being the higher seed, as it were. We'll have to see how those conferences stack up. Well, I don't see anybody else in the stream waiting room, so if no one has anything to add, we will cut it short there. But I appreciate Mark Hames and Sliason for popping in. Let me know if you would like us to do stuff like this more often. We saw the feedback form. People wanted us to. We will, make an effort. Do our best. Cool. Well, have a good rest of your evening. Everyone keep your fingers crossed that they actually fix the spectate client so that way we can stream games either live or as replays in the near future. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good luck tonight if you're playing.
I'm trouble and you running it, I'm so so calm.